The topic of smart grids. We have SOLshare. SOLshare, create a network, share electricity, brighten the future. If I told you now that this seemingly simple concept will change the energy landscape entirely, meaning making the utilities obsolete, including the ones who are sitting here, you will probably go, yeah, here around in the valley, everybody claims that, right? At the same time, I'm telling you is, while trying to do that, we also solve a real problem right now. And not any problem. We're solving one of the most pressing problems in the world. And you may have got a sneak preview before. 2.7 billion people who have either no access to electricity or very mediocre, who are in dire need of a sustainable energy service, which is flexible. And at SOLshare, we're building solar peer-to-peer grids, which means we have villages who have solar systems, which means distributed generation, distributed storage, and we interconnect them so they can trade electricity in a fairly seamless way. Let me tell you a very brief story on that. It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and you are a woman in Bangladesh in a remote village. There is no national grid. Now, it's 3 p.m., the sun is shining really bright. Your battery is full, which means your system produces what we call excess power. While you're walking to the market to buy your rice for your family, if she is one of our customers, the following is happening right now. Her system, battery, says it's full and automatically starts selling this electricity to the grid. Possibly to her neighbor, who now can have a fridge and can have the first time in her life a chilled Coke. Because the solar home systems alone couldn't do it, but the power of interconnected systems can. So this power is sold to her, and you're still standing buying the rice. The money for selling this goes automatically on your mobile phone, on your wallet. And everybody in Bangladesh uses mobile money by now. The biggest mobile money market in the world. So you buy the rice through mobile money, paid for by your solar system, which has access. The value of this excess electricity usually is zero because the battery is full, and you make this valuable. This is what we're doing, and we believe this is the future for utilities globally, because we may do that in Bangladesh, but even so, these two villages may look very different. Left the Bangladeshi village and right a village which could be here in the valley. At the end of the day, the need of both villages is the same, reducing costs through solar energy. And taking it with the words of Kian, we have the power of the masses. Why are we in Bangladesh? There are 5 million of those solar home systems who are interconnecting. Imagine the power of 5 million interconnected systems. I just gave you the fridge and the full battery. 5 million of them. This is a village where you have 56 panels in this village in a 100-meter walking radius. This is where we work. This is what we call our design lab. We may not have, what Kian said, the brightest minds in the world in Bangladesh, not yet. But we invite you to come, because if you want to learn with us, if you want to know how the future of energy looks like and you want to try it at scale right now, come with us to Bangladesh, and we're happy to learn together with you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that was SOLshare. Would anyone like to have a question for SOLshare? We have one here.
Great speech, grand idea. I think it's very important for the world. How you stabilize the grid?
How you? Sorry?
Stabilize the grid.
Stabilize the grid.
Yeah.
So it's peer-to-peer. Every meter you have seen is an IoT device, which means we have full insight. This is the meter in orange. We have full insight in the grid. We know at every time how much is produced, how much is stored, how much is traded, which means we also the data we are basically a credit analyst, because we know how much money the people have, how much they are trading. On the stabilization effect of the grid, it's peer-to-peer. which means each box is interconnected with 3 other nodes, as you say. It's a mesh network, so we can trade electricity through houses. And this whole data is pushed. You see the little internet here, another issue for 4 billion people who need internet in these villages. Internet is coming into these villages. We get it into our database. We analyze. So what we do is we put buffer systems in there. Right now, buffer systems means a little bit bigger solar systems. So the solar home systems you saw here is like 50 watt peak and probably possibly a 40 amp hour battery, right? So we just put a 200 watt peak panel and an 80 amp hour battery as an additional node, which we thought is a buffer. But it's actually a micro-utility model in itself, because it also has a return on investment. So what we're encouraging right now, that people become entrepreneurs, because now they can sell power, not only access, it's actually an entrepreneurial approach. So to answer it in one sentence, we stabilize it by checking on the overall situation of the grid and putting buffer at nodes where we see that it is necessary.
Thank you. We have another question here in the front.
Yeah, a cool pitch, Sebastian. Thank you. I have 2 questions. One is more about your team. Can you just explain a little bit your team, what they're doing, the experiences and so far? And then you invited us to learn and experience. So what are your learnings and experience so far?
Sure. So on the team, we are close to 40 people by now. We have kind of a rule that everybody in our team has to live in Dhaka. That's a hard call we took a couple of times ago, because it's just the product market fit. It only works if we do that. It may change in the future. There are about 40 people. That is a small manufacturing unit for our boxes we have in Dhaka, where we have 12 young women working there. We have an R&D team divided into mechanical, electrical engineering, and data. And that's about another 15 people. And then we have the business development, marketing, and so forth. So that's on the team structure. We are a Bangladeshi company, which also means that out of the 40 people, 33 are Bangladeshi. And our best data analysts are Bangladeshi. And we're very proud that these are real resources. Kian said he wanted the 4 billion people. That is a resource, that is a brain power, a cognitive power. That's really true. There is a lot out there. And inviting you to learn, thanks for the question on the free electrons. We're working with Energy. We're working to make these 2 worlds meet through a blockchain platform. And we also have first interest from Worth, the other peer-to-peer company here, where how can we make them interconnected, these 2 worlds? Of course not physically, but through a digital platform. And that's what we're working. That's where we try to put blockchain to a good cause. We're working with TAPCO on power line communication, which will really propel our infrastructure into the villages. So really exciting things, and thanks to free electrons.
Thank you. So we have time for a quick question.
Just building on the last sentence, so blockchain, what kind of blockchain are you using? Private, permissionless, blah, blah, blah.
So we are at the beginning of a set of collaborations. So we'll be working with the Energy Web Foundation, and we'll work with the Tola Baba network. We have RedGrid and Freelio, 2 companies. RedGrid also came actually through this free electrons program from Australia, Freelio from Germany, who help us because we don't have blockchain expertise in-house yet. So we depend on these collaborations. Energy will probably also play a big part because there's a lot of know-how on blockchain there as well. So the way it will work, you'll basically have a smart contract, which you can program. Okay, I would like to send money from this village to that village, but I only want it to come to a house which uses XYZ appliances, or it has to be a woman, whatever you want to program in your smart contract. And it should only go onto the meter the moment they run out of power. So, anything it can really be what you want to put in the smart contract. And the SOLbox then, as the IoT device, answers to the smart contract and basically executes the automatic response to whatever the conditions are in the smart contract.
Thank you, Sebastian.